Hi, I'm Bry Cox, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. I am doing a Ask Me Anything for PPA, Professional Photographers of America, for the loop. So I've got a list of questions here, and I'm just going through them, reading them off the cuff, giving you my completely off the cuff, real answer as it comes to my mind. And this is all in kind of promotion of Imaging USA. So I'll be speaking in Nashville. It's going to be awesome. I hear the numbers are going to be great. We've got a ton of people coming already, and I got a big program on just psychology of sales, psychology of pricing, making more money. Okay, so the next question is from Ray. She's got a picture here. It's a gal, and she is from Louisville, Kentucky. Ah, another Kentucky. I love Kentucky. She says, hey there, Bry. I wanted to ask how you shoot your informational videos. What is your lighting setup? I am just moving into continuous lighting and would love a recommendation for some LED panels if that was your lighting choice. By the way, love your videos. So I'm assuming she's talking about my informational videos. Yeah, I'm assuming she's talking about my videos on my website. So my client website, BryCox.com, I have a lot of educational videos as part of my marketing, explaining why I'm different than everybody else. It's just like this, light, mic'd, right? Talking to a camera, but you're my client, and I'm saying, here's what I do, here's what I love, this is what I do, here's why I'm different than so-and-so, this is why I'm worth more, right? And I have a bunch of short little videos, 1 to 2 minutes long tops. I think that's what she's talking about. But I also have a whole bunch of tutorial videos, training photographers, and they're like hours long on all sorts of things, from lighting, Lightroom, Photoshop. I'm sponsored by Adobe for those. Anyway, sales, all that kind of stuff. But I'm assuming she's talking about the educational ones for clients. Love your video, she says. It is such a great idea for continuously educating poor clients, our clients, I think. She put, that's funny. It's not poor like P-O-O-R, but she put our, but she put a little P in there accidentally. It's a typo. For educating our clients. I would love to do the same for my own. I think it's actually a great idea for everyone to raise the standard on industry by educating clients. Love it. So yeah, she's talking about the my educational videos for clients, lighting it. Well, okay, so what's the... So my ideas on how to light it is really what it sounds like. Moving into continuous, what's my lighting setup? That's kind of her big question. She's got one more paragraph. I'll come to that in a second. So for video, yes, that's where you need continuous lighting. For portraits, things like that, that's where I want flash. I want studio flashes. Brands like Profoto, the really nice, good brands. Profoto, Ellen Chrome, something like that. You can call my friends at Arlington Camera down in Texas. That's why I order almost all my stuff. I just call them, I get their opinions on things, but I like flashes for portraits, but when I'm shooting video, that's where you need continuous. As far as what brand, heck, I don't know. I think for continuous, they all kind of seem pretty much the same. These are older ones that I've got here. These are Lowell, L-O-W-E-L-L, and they're actually hot light. So I've got a couple lighting in the background to give me an edge light, and I've got a main light here with like an umbrella. How do I light myself? Exactly the same way as I'd light myself for a portrait, only with continuous, which means I'm angling it exactly the right angle as I talk about in all my other lighting courses for height, for side to side, for these kind of things. If I want to do 1 edge light, 2 edge lights, whatever, I'm lighting it specifically for custom portraiture. So there's 2 things that make a great video. Aside from content, because you don't always have control of the content. If it's you talking, you do, but if you're filming somebody else for their business, you don't have control over content. But there's 2 things that make a great video, great lighting and great sound. So the next thing is I've got a mic clipped here for good custom sound. Don't use the mic off your camera. That's just for syncing, right? That's not used for professional audio. So do a custom mic, custom lighting, and then from there, obviously if you're your own video, then awesome content. So great lighting, great sound. And great lighting means metering, custom white balance, custom exposure, custom angles, right? All those details. If you have questions on that, I've got free videos since you're a member of PPA at PPA.com and go to PPA EDU for education. And there's a whole bunch of videos. You can click on my name and I've got videos on lighting and how to get awesome lighting. I've also got a whole course on lighting at my website, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. But that's the biggest thing, is know how to light people. From there, I mean, LEDs are great because They don't put out any heat. They're packable, things like that. These out here, they put out a little bit of heat. It's not much, but if I'm shooting a lot of video all day long, the room might heat up a little bit. The one thing I have to be careful with these is not breaking the bulbs, because when they get hot, if I go moving that light, I could break the bulb. I have to wait for it to cool down before I go moving it. LEDs are pretty nice because you can change the white balance on really nice ones, and you can also change the intensity a little bit on nice ones too. You can turn it up, turn it down. But man, there's a lot of brands on those, and that's really kind of depends on what you want. That's what I would call, when I buy those things, I've got some LEDs, I don't even know what brand they are. I just bought them. So when I'm at like a trade show, I go find my friends at Arlington Camera, talk to them, see what they like, see what they recommend, and that's what I get. Okay, so, because right, they're the professionals. They're the ones that are constantly dealing with all the suppliers. When it comes to LED, I don't really have an opinion. And she's like, what's the best place to learn compositing? Like your senior collages. They're not my forte, but I would like to give it a shot now and then. Thanks in advance. So that's a good question. So when I design things like my trios or my 9-up collages, things like that, I think that's what she's asking. Or maybe she's talking about compositing, where I'll shoot various things and put them all together in one image, like a scoreboard and then a senior and then a baseball and all that, and I put it together. That might be what she's talking about too. So those, I go into that a lot more in my workflow. Lightroom, Photoshop, I got a big course on that. So that, in my opinion, would be my favorite place to go, would be my courses on that. Those are at my website, BryCoxWORKSHOPS, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. I've got a ton of training on Lightroom and Photoshop, from basic to super advanced. All right, you guys, I've got more questions, it looks like. I'm not going to read them in advance. I'm just going to wait till I get down there. But check the other videos out, and make sure you come see me at ImagingUSA in Nashville. I'll be doing a whole big program on sales. All right, you guys, until next time, America.